Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Morgan. If you're new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you're coming back, welcome. Glad you could join us again. Let's get into this Confidence in a Foundation by IT Cosmetics. I have my thoughts. Okay. Hey guys, we're gonna start off with a freshly washed face, moisturized. I have my primer on. I'm using the Onyx Primer by Makeup Revolution. We're gonna go in with the foundation. This is the Confidence in a Foundation. Long wear, weightless, full coverage, velvet matte finish. It says it's got peptides, hydrolyzed collagen, hyaluronic acid, squalane. It's supposed to provide 24 hours of wear and hydration, and it's oil-free and it's for all skin types. I'm in the shade 320 Tan Honey. The shades are a little weird. If you're familiar with IT Cosmetics foundations, typically for the warmer tones, they tend to look a little gray because of the SPF. There is no SPF in this one, but I will say that I don't really think there is a perfect match for me. The warm shades are kind of few and far between in the tan. There's 320, which is warm, and I think 335, which is warm, and 335 is way too dark for me. It's way too red, which is weird because it's supposed to be warm, but, or golden rather. And the 320 is the warmest on my shade range, but I think it's a little too light, even though I am in my summer color, in my winter color. So we're gonna do 2 pumps of the foundation. 1, 2. She is a thick foundation, as you can tell, very thick, very thick. And I'm just gonna apply this with a sponge. So let's go ahead and get into this foundation. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in. All right, guys, so this is half of my face with nothing and the other half with the foundation. You can tell very, very full coverage. Okay, so there is one full layer, can't speak, one full layer of foundation on my face, very full coverage. Like, she's very, very full coverage. Like, I actually have to take the end of my sponge that doesn't have any makeup on it and shear out the hairline so it's not super masky. Let's go ahead and put a second layer on, as I still have quite a bit on my hand here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a second layer on. Okay, there is layer 2. I'm actually gonna turn this light down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. I'm gonna let it dry down. I have my thoughts. It looks very white on camera, but in real life, it actually is, it's a little brighter than my normal shade, I think. I'm a little masky, but we're gonna try to make this work. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and start with my concealers. So I'm gonna use 330 in the Fenty Beauty under my eye. I'm gonna take a little bit of 310 in the Fenty Beauty and put it where I want the brightest part of this concealer to be. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows like I normally do, but we're gonna fast forward through this part. Okay, eyebrows are on. I'm going to go ahead and blend out the rest of my concealer. And we're gonna set the concealer with the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder. Okay, and I have to go grab my, do I have it? No, I don't. I have to go grab my contour. I'll be right back. Okay, now I have my contour, which is the Morphe Contour 8H palette, the one I always use. Mixture of Debutante and Donut. Okay, so I have the base laid down. to make this a little, I feel like I need to make this a little bit lower. Okay, so I have the base laid down. You can see what it looks like. Up close, I will tell you, I'm not in love. I am not in love with this foundation. Mostly because I think I'm gonna have to set this with powder all over my face, which I was not prepared to do. But if that's what this foundation calls for, then let's go ahead and set with powder all over the face. I don't have a powder brush, I'm just gonna use my sponge. The powder brush is dirty, so we're just gonna. Okay, so we're gonna use this as the base. I'm gonna do a real quick look with some eyeliner that I got. So I'm really excited to try this new graphic liner that I bought. I got it from Flower. I'm gonna use the yellow. This is the Flower Pop Fanatic eye pigment. So I got, what is this? Zing and Wham. I think I'm gonna try Zing. First, I'm gonna lay down just a quick, like, little brownish nude base. Just using, what am I gonna use for this? I'm just gonna use some of my contour powder. I'm gonna use Debutante. Just kind of lay down a sort of translucent base. And then we're gonna go in with the graphic liner. I'm super excited about this, actually. Okay, so I have my Hangin' in Hawaii palette. I'm gonna add a little bit of Shakira and Hibiscus to the crease of this. Up the crease of my eye. And then I'm going to take, not Shakira, Shaka. I'm gonna take Shaka and I'm just gonna place that on the lid. I want it to be very subtle, but very like smooth at the same time. All to blend in perfectly. And then we're gonna go in with the yellow. I'm so excited. Okay, so here's the pigment. I think these were $9. I'm gonna swatch this really quickly for you guys because I haven't swatched this myself. Basically, it's like a little pot. So, oh wow. That's the swatch of the yellow pigment. I'm just gonna go in with this is a sort of clean. It's a cleanish, we're gonna go with cleanish. No, actually, take my eyeliner brush. Eyeliner brush, put a little bit of Fix Plus on there. All right, and then we're gonna go in. Pick up some of that pigment. I'm gonna use closer up here so I can actually see. I'm actually going to get this brush again. So it's gonna be too thick, but I think it's gonna be just fine. Okay, the liner is applied. She's very pigmented, not as like a little patchy, but I feel like I just need to apply a little bit more and I should be fine. Okay. Then I want to go in with coconut, which is like this warm brown. I just want to like add a little bit more warmth to my crease. Then I'm gonna take a small brush and add a little inner corner touch of color slash shimmer. Take pineapple. And then I'm going to take that same fluffy brush. I'm just gonna drag a little coconut underneath my eye line. Right, I'm gonna apply some lashes off camera and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I just sprayed some, I was recording that part, but I sprayed some Fix Plus on my face, some MAC Fix Plus, the rose one. And I need to apply a highlighter, some highlighting brush. And we're gonna take my favorite highlighter, Venus and Big Bang in the Morphe contour palette. Okay, I'm gonna take my hair down. My hair is a mess and it needs to be washed, but it will work. The one thing I think I do need is a darker under eye situation. So I'm gonna actually go in with a pencil brush and pick up a little of this Honolulu. All right. And there you have it. The Confidence in a Foundation with the Flower Fanatic, Pop Fanatic eye pigment in the shade Zing. It's giving me like retro art pop vibes. I'm not hating it. As far as the foundation is concerned, I have my thoughts. I do think that the shade range is a little wonky. Not a huge fan of the way that the foundation sets on my skin without setting powder. I think you're gonna have to set this foundation because it does settle in fine lines and wrinkles. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I think the most flawless parts of my face are the parts where I have my Fenty concealer on. That actually is the most flawless part of my face. All in all, she's not a bad foundation. Like, she's not terrible. I've dealt with worse. See the last foundation review that I did. All in all, she's not terrible, right? But I'm not convinced that this is like game changing. You need to go out and spend $32. You know, like, I'm just not entirely convinced this is what you need to be doing with $32. It's not bad though. I think this would work for someone that likes to wear kind of a heavier base because you're definitely gonna need this in a powder. I think you're gonna need a powder with this foundation. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You will need a powder, but I mean, the look came out cute. It came out way different than I thought it was gonna come out, to be honest. I thought it was gonna be doing a different look, but this is kind of what we got. I'm feeling real retro 1980s with this red lip, this eyeliner, and this shirt. But yeah, so that's what we've got with this. I am going to actually take some pictures and post it up on the gram. So if you actually are on Instagram, and I think most people are, I'm just late to the game, go ahead and follow me at _SeriouslyMorgan. But yeah, so this is the final look. Not terrible. Again, this is in the shade 320 Tan Honey. If you're my shade, I think if you typically follow like my shades, and I'll have my shade references down below, this is actually a little too light, like a smidgen too light in my opinion. I think it kind of gives you like a very masky cast without any, like the contour and everything like that does help. It helps bring down that color, but I still think it's actually it's a little too light for me. I could not get away with this as it gets warmer. So yeah, this is probably the only time I would be able to wear this foundation. As far as flash photography, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have flashback, but let's go ahead and try it out. So we're just gonna go ahead and turn this bad boy around. And let's see, She's giving me a little bit of gray vibes, a little bit, you can see that, little masky. Like I said, I think it's a little bit bright. It's a very thick foundation. So it looks cute, but with your $32, you could probably find something better. I definitely have some drugstore foundations that I think are better than this price point in a like a good shade range, you know? So go ahead and check that foundation. I have my top 5 drugstore foundations that is out. I'm gonna stop rambling now because it's getting late, and honestly, I think it's just, I'm a little delirious. So I hope you guys like this video. Be sure to comment and leave a message down below. Let me know if you've tried this foundation, what you think. I really do think the IG that they did for the shade finding is very intuitive and very nice to help, and it's helpful. But yeah, I'm gonna ramble, so I'm just gonna stop now. This has already been a very long video. I think I'm gonna hopefully edit this down. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.